Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday Morning Club Quarterback. It's a beautiful day here in sunny Florida, and I say sunny with quotes on it because we have had so much rain. I mean, it has rained, I think, every day for like 2 weeks. We hadn't seen sun until yesterday afternoon. We had a little sun breakout, and today we've got some beautiful sun up here. So I've gonna let's see, who should I let? Um, uh, let's see here. So we're gonna have Aaron. You're gonna come on, and if you want, you can say a little thing about anything you want. But great to have you all on here. I hope you can all hear me. And I don't know if you guys stayed up and watched last night, but the Chiefs look like their old selves, even though they're not undefeated. Kelsey was back to his old tricks, catching on the tight end. They're catching a bunch of balls. It's funny watching the Chiefs, though. I mean, everyone's there to watch um, Taylor Swift, and she was in the house. But Caitlin Clark turned some heads last night too. So it's always kind of fun to see the females of the NFL now get as much publicity as the guys on the field. But yeah, the poor Jets. I am not a Jets fan. But if I just feel for the Jets, 0-6, and they had couple of chances yesterday, and unfortunately, didn't come out their way. But yeah, the Jets are back to their unwinning ways. Hey, Peter Heffernan, I'm gonna ask you to talk. How are you, Peter? Are you down here in Florida yet?
We are here in Florida.
Oh, good. Well, I hope to see you over on the Padel court soon.
Hopefully today, hopefully very soon.
Well, it's as I was just saying, it hasn't been good weather for Padel. We haven't been able to get on. The carpets are just soaked, so wet. Today's theme, I don't know if everyone got it, but it is basically how do you take an event you have to do? I don't know, maybe like a Mother's Day or a Father's Day brunch, or even a tournament, golf tournament, member tennis. How do you make it special? And the reason I brought this up is because my board up north, they rotate every 3 years. Board members come on. There's like three on, three go off, and they're there for 3 years. And one of the board positions is prizes. And the gent that took on the prizes chair he's a great guy. Plays tennis, loves it. He's not a great player, but he just loves being on the court. Comes to every men's clinic, comes to almost every event that we hold, and he has a new viewpoint on prizes. Now, it's funny because I changed an event, and Peter, you're gonna love this. I could not get 105 to really take off. I know at your club there on Fire Island, it's the bee's knees, and I was like, why isn't it happening at my club? And I'm a marketer at heart. That's what I did for 20 years in London. So I started really marketing this one morning. It's at 8 o'clock. It's the only time we can do it on the weekend because we always have tournaments on the weekends. We always, mixed member guest, member, always something, Dyer Cup, traditional tournaments. So we have to do it Saturday at 8 a.m. Sunday, we have a really well supported cardio tennis, which is really live ball, just bunches of drills. But so 105 has always been on Saturday. We usually get two courts. We're lucky to get 12 people, right? So this year, I just started marketing it. And Scott noticed, and he's now on the board. He started on the board in late August. And what I did was I created a FOMO, fear of missing out. I went back. So years ago, every prize used to be a glass. I should have one here. But the etched glass with the logo from the club. And people were like, had dozens of them. And so I guess about 10 years ago when I started, the new chair said, hey, Ed's new. We're gonna change up the prizes and have like cutting boards and cheese boards and wicker baskets, Nantucket baskets and all this. And people like them. But for 10 years, we didn't do the glasses. So I brought the glasses back and made it a club weekly championship 105. And I started throwing out these crazy emails like, hey, and I'd sign people up without them knowing, right? Like, hey, did you know club champ Becky's playing? And she loves it. So I knew she'd show up, but they got the word out. Then I started taking pictures of the glasses in different places around town saying, this could be yours. I mean, like, I call myself Crazy Eddie. You remember those ads like, Crazy Eddie's insane? So I just started throwing out crazy emails, pictures of the glasses all over town. Bit by bit, went up to 18, went up to 24, went up to 6 courts with 8 people, 36. We have six on a court. And it now came up in the board meeting. It's like the signature event. I went out after and I took pictures of people winning and raising the trophy. And now the gent who's the chair of the prize has said they're going to go all back to glasses. Like, and I stole that because I was sitting at the yacht club. I'm a member of the yacht club up there, and everyone goes racing every Wednesday night, and they give out the same dumb glasses every Wednesday night, and people love it. They like their time in the in the sun or in the limelight to pick up those glasses. So I changed a 105 that was not working into the event of the week, and it happened so fast. Love to hear if anyone has an idea. I'll gladly let you talk that you made a signature event at your club out of maybe nothing or out of a small event. Peter, do you ever do that? You have 105 up there, so popular. I know.
Right. Can you hear me?
Yep, hear you fine.
We started a tennis, a fun day 105 at 9 o'clock in the morning on one day a week on Monday mornings.
Mm-hmm.
And we're now at 3 courts, 24 people, 2 days a week. And part of the activity is getting people to come to the court. So once they play 105, it almost cascades.
Correct. Yep.
And so I think what you did by making a slight change and getting people interested in playing again, and that's why it's really working. And so that's the big thing for us is we start with something small, and like the 105, the fun day 105 has been huge.
Yeah. For all of you, Peter Heffernan is director of rackets up at Point O Woods up on, I think it's Fire Island, isn't it? Fire Island,
Yeah.
Peter?
Yes.
So, yeah, here's the thing. First of all, you're right. It is a very intense game. And so the other thing I failed to mention, and I don't know if you do this, Peter, but this is the other thing I did that made it really club wide was as every good director knows, whether you're golf or tennis or squash, the more people you have, the better you can either hide a weaker player or keep people to their own levels. So what I did was the night before I did all the rounds. I guaranteed the club champs who were on the top court great rounds. Maybe 1 out of 6 rounds they'd have to go down to court 2 or court 3 and play a weaker game. Then what we did, this is funny, is the second week got so popular is I created an electronic spreadsheet that all the pros have. It's a Google sheet and it's alphabetized. So we put in the scores. Once one court finishes, I hate having the other courts not finish at the same time. So I went out and got foghorns. The like West Marine ones that boats use. They're really loud. They have little ones. So each pro has one on their basket. The minute one court gets to 105, that pro blasts the horn, and whatever the score is on the other courts, that's it. And then we rotate. Now, what happens is because everyone thinks the other guys on the other courts are getting a 105 faster, you're playing against everybody. Even though you're by level, your score is club wide. So if there's 32 people playing, there's 32 people on the spreadsheet. And all the pros have the spreadsheet. What I want to do next year is get a huge TV so everyone can see the spreadsheet get updated. And it gets very intense. Now I feed the top court and they're the best players and they're like asking me to feed it before the point's even over. It's hilarious. I mean, the ball hasn't bounced the second time. They're like, feed it. So it's kind of fun and it makes it fun for every level. And I think that also helps. If you think about golf tournaments, they're really popular because they're all flighted. And when I started flighting our tennis tournaments up there, they got much more popular than the big draw. Everyone says, "Oh, it's a great draw, 32." I'd rather have 4 small draws of 8 and flight it, or have a flight of 8 and then 2 divisions, and everyone plays the 4 people and four teams in that division. Everybody plays a full match, and then the top, then the 2, and then the 3, and then the 4 playoff. But I like flights. I picked that up from my golf days. So there's ways you can change your signature events. I was also thinking about food, food and beverage, buffets. Like, so I run the restaurant down here. Peter knows it, down the boulevard. It's a big space. We just renovated. It's fantastic looking. And I'm trying to do an event every Friday night, and it's a lot. So this Friday we had the young guns. We had Padel out back. It was $2 slices. We've never done slices. We have great pizza. We've never done slices. We did $2 slices, $4 drafts, and $12 pitchers. And we played beer. And I put beer pong. I'm not supposed to advertise beer pong, but I did. And we had 28 kids. I mean, kids, 25 to 35-year-olds. They're kids to me now. So we reinvented that. That'll be every Friday, every third or fourth Friday. Then the next Friday there's a format of Padel tournaments called Mexicano, and it's a format that came up from obviously Mexico, and that's where Padel was founded. So we're going to do a play on that word. We're going to have Mexican tacos and the Mexicano on the Padel courts, and then we're going to have only Mexican beers. So and obviously tequila. And then we have trivia night the Friday after that. So every Friday, I'm trying to fill that restaurant, and I'm trying to create an event. If anyone has any ideas, please email me because I'm going to run out of ideas. But it's hard to fill a 120 seat restaurant. That's what we have. If you count all the seats around outside, we have outside courtside dining. It's kind of cute. But yeah, reinventing. If anyone has any ideas, please raise your hand and I'll click on you for food or golf or tennis. The only other thing I'm trying to do with tennis and racket events is try to get. I'm doing a UTR and I'm trying to get every level to want to play. That's tough when you have open divisions because you've got these college kids coming down from New York. One coming from Schenectady who's like 11 UTR. He's probably going to win it. I've got a woman possibly coming from Long Island, Peter, who's like a 10 or 10-5. She's probably going to win it, but I'm trying to get all the levels in. So I've got level base for the kids. And then what I'm going to do, I went down to Battle of Boca, and here's what they do. They kind of fight it. Even though they say it's a draw of 64, Jason, who I talked to down there, he gave me some great ideas. He's run this Battle of Boca now. It's every weekend for $15,000 or $24,000 prize money. Your first match, he doesn't do seeding. He basically matches you up by level for at least your first match. Then your second match, and I did that kind of at Sipacan this summer when I ran a UTR up there. But then your second match, you're probably going to have someone either better or much worse than you. And then if you go to the back draw, you're going to get another match. So that's close in level. So 2 out of 3 matches are good levels, and that's by manipulating the draw, which UTR lets you do. USTA, as we all know, if you've run a USTA, that they tell you who's in the tournament, and they basically do the seeding for you. UTR, you have a lot more leeway on how you do those first matches and how you seed. You can seed people as you see fit. So that's something I'm trying to do with my tennis when I'm expanding the UTR public tournament at the Boulevard Courts, October 25th, 26th. If anyone wants to come down and play, $6,000 prize purse. And we're going to try to do that monthly. I've got prizes for that too. Anyhow, any other ideas out there? I hope we all have a great week. Thanks for joining us. And if you have any ideas, please email me or raise your hand now or forever hold your peace. I don't know who's on Monday Night Football tonight, but I'll be watching. I've got an event at the theater. And Aaron, he's raised his hand. Hold on a second. Let me
Can you hear me now?
yeah, Aaron, how are you?
Yeah, good, but thanks for having me.
No problems.
Great stuff here in that. Obviously, for me, I'm not in the country club realm anymore for a long time now, but I don't know if you've ever done it at your facility, but what about even doing a Dingles tournament? I know a lot of like adults get into that stuff. So I don't know if you've done that before or not, but that's something like I do with our adults, our kids at our program where I run now, where, it can get, like you said, you can control the levels, making flights, all the things that you just mentioned, you can do it even in the Dingles format. If you're doing like younger kids format, with kids who are just starting off doing Dingles, they all get into it. Even the adults get into it.
Aaron, remind everyone what you do and where you're from.
Oh, sure. No problem. Thank you. I'm Aaron Rusnak. I'm from Chicago. I should say a suburb of Chicago. Mm-hmm. I currently am the director of private instruction and mentorship at Five Star Tennis Center in Plainfield. I also work part-time at Northbrook Racquet Club, which I oversee like high performance level players there as well. So, and I do fitness as well. So I'm a director of fitness. So, but yeah, I've been in the industry for 30 years. So I've kind of done everything from high performance country club jobs, college coaching, park district, parks and recs. I was on tour last year with Dominic Thiem before he retired.
Mhm.
So yeah, I've kind of done a little bit of everything throughout my time.
Well, I love dingles. Now, for people who may not play tennis who are on the call, dingles is it's called dingles because it's combined singles with doubles, so we call it dingles. You have two balls going simultaneously, either cross court or down the line. You can choose. Cross court's easier, down the line's a little tougher. But cross court, you also get people hitting balls into your balls go across each other. But when one singles ball goes out of play, when someone hits it out or hits the net, those two people yell dingles, and then the remaining ball is open for everybody. It's a regular doubles point. So there's no serving. Just like, that's what's happening with tennis, folks. Is serving is disappearing. 105 is no serving, and it's basically doubles with a pro feed, very fast. And then dingles again is self-fed or fed from the pro. Both players feeding at the same time so that the points start simultaneously, and then it goes into the doubles once one of those singles. I love dingles. Why I like it is, again, there's no downtime for anybody on the court, right? Four people, they're all playing all the time. There's no going to get balls and waiting for that double fault, and there's no, even when you miss, you've got the next ball to play. So there's no downtime. Again, it's a really active game. I love that dingles tournament. I might take that. I'm going to write it down.
I mean, the one thing too that I've thought of, and I mean, we've never done it at our club, but just speaking out loud here is, with the dingles, because like where I'm at, we have about 900 members, 900 kids in total. We have about 1,300 members, and of the adults of the program, we have a thing called, university, which is like people are just adult entryway into playing, learning how to play, proper strokes, mechanics, et cetera. I've thought of mentioning to our one director of even doing something with the dingles related, but using, red balls, orange balls, green dot balls, like different levels and making different flights for different balls. Because as you know, sometimes a regular yellow ball can be intimidating for adults, because they're going to feel like they're going to lack control or not have like a long rally. And as you know, when the rallies go long, they get really excited about it, regardless of the outcome. It gets more exciting for everyone. It gets more entertaining. So that's just a thought I just threw out just now that just came to my mind. Just using different balls too, just to kind of give them more success rate while enjoying their time too.
Yeah, our cardio, we use green dots a lot, especially for triples, because there's a person right at the net across from you and can hurt. So we use green dots. We use green dots a lot. Yeah. I've done green dots for 105. The better players don't like that because the points last so long you can't put the ball away. It's great.
Yeah.
But it's just, I throw it in there. But the flights idea is a great one. I love these ideas. Anything else? The dingles I like, the 105 I like, different level balls, flighting things really does help. And I thought it's pretty good Monday morning, making your signature event even that much better. Just a selfish shout out, if you're in Vero Beach, I know Peter you are. Thursday night, 21st Amendment, yours truly will be on the drums playing behind all the lady female singers. So please come down 21st Amendment, and I'll be playing on the drums. It's the Great American Songbook. It's the first time I've played drums without my dad. He was a wonderful musician, played for all the greats, and he passed last December. So it's gonna be a little emotional for me. But please come down on Thursday night if you're in town in Vero Beach, Florida. And other than that, I'm going to wish you all good morning. We're going to keep this shorter than 20 minutes, and hopefully we'll see you next Monday. Thank you, Peter and Aaron, for both putting up with me and putting in your foresight. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good week.
No problem. All right, take care.
Cheers.
Thank you for having me.
Take care.
Appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.